The old man slipped into the airplane's restroom, poured scalding hot water into the sink, then dropped in a lump of modeling clay. Once it had softened completely, he took it out and began shaping it carefully. He pressed the clay into a mold with firm pressure, and soon a realistic-looking fake handgun was ready. He knocked on the bathroom door and handed the prop weapon off to his accomplice. At the same time, two other hijackers sprang into action. Within moments, they had taken control of the entire cabin, forcing a flight attendant at gunpoint to reveal who on board was an air marshal. To avoid civilian casualties, the air marshal had no choice but to step forward and surrender. The hijackers quickly seized his weapon, but just as they were about to escort him away, a heavy-set man suddenly lashed out, yelling for help. Unfortunately, the other passengers were too terrified to intervene. Frozen in fear, no one dared to move. The man was left completely alone and was quickly beaten down by the hijackers. He collapsed to the floor, unmoving, as silence fell over the plane. Emboldened, the hijackers raised their flag and began chanting the slogans of their terrorist organization. Meanwhile, in the cockpit, the captain realized something was wrong in the cabin. He discreetly switched to a secure frequency to alert ground control that the plane had been hijacked. Back in the cabin, the hijackers began confiscating passengers' phones. To maintain control, they herded everyone into the economy section. Once they had contained the passengers, they dragged a flight attendant to the cockpit and threatened the pilot, demanding that he reroute the flight to another airport. They also issued an ultimatum: release their imprisoned leader, or they would start killing hostages. But what no one realized was that these weren't the only hijackers on the plane. A man in the cabin cast a subtle glance at the flight attendant. They clearly knew each other. In fact, the two of them were working together. Their real target wasn't political. It was a secret cargo, a stash of diamonds worth $1 billion hidden aboard the plane. Diamonds that had been purchased by the Minister of the Interior in a massive money laundering scheme.